Okay, very good evening to all. Just let me know. My voice is proper and screen is visible to all. Okay, that's fine. So let's just start. Okay, good evening, Amarjit. So yesterday we have discussed about the contents and the timing and the other things, whatever we have to cover up. Okay, and Monday to Thursday we have decided, but due to lack of time, we have to schedule tomorrow itself too, right? So tomorrow we have the session. Wait a minute, guys. I'm receiving some messages. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so from today we have to start the contents. So I'm sharing it as a text. I guess you guys have this particular syllabus. There are some changes, which topics we are going to skip and which portion we are going to cover up. So we have discussed yesterday, right? So, but mainly from today onwards, we are going to start the actual content. So this is the first topic, digital forensics and investigation process. So before further proceeding with that particular topic, we have particular information about the CHFI exam. So let's just discuss first and then we'll discuss the particular topic. Okay. So whatever the topics you guys are seeing in this particular modules now, so 80 to 90%, I guess 90 to 95%. Actually, 3 to 4 topics are different from the CHFI exam. I guess you guys are aware about the CHFI, sorry, that is offered by the EC Council. So let me just open that particular module. So as I'm running this particular subject, so my motto is to cover up all the syllabus so that you guys are better capable to qualify that particular exam. Those who are totally interested in forensics investigations and planning to pursue or like any masters or kind of planning to enter into Indian government and to serve as in cyber cell or like in a DRDO or any other organizations. Okay. So this is a particular brochure. So let's just first discuss about this particular examination, and then with the reference of that, we'll start the modules, and according to that, we'll start preparing for that. Okay. So this will be our ultimate goal, and some topics are different. So yeah, 95% or like 90% are same. 10% are some different topics I have chosen. Those are from OSINT or like some other real life investigations. Those are the topic. Okay. Rest of the topics, like 2 to 3 topics, you can just cover up by the Googles and all. So refer to syllabus parallelly. Okay. So here are all the instructions related to the CHFI exam, right? Computer hacking, forensic investigations, right? demands for the digital forensics and professional. So if you guys are like planning to crack the CHFI exam, then it's good. After that, you guys can apply for the other country job itself, and the average salaries are like good enough, right? I guess like 90 lakhs and 1 crores in Indian. So these are the CHFI modules. Okay. Those are computer forensics in today's world, computer forensics and investigation process. So whatever the topics or like text I have like just shared in a chat box, you guys can just tally that, or later on you guys can match that. So 90% you will see that is matched. Okay. So understanding the hard disk and file system, data acquisition and duplications, defeating anti-forensics techniques, Windows forensics, Linux and Mac forensics, I have not mentioned in that particular text and in our syllabus, but I'll like complete that Linux and Mac forensics too. Okay. Network forensics, we're also going to do this. Malware forensics, this particular topics I'm not going to cover. So that's why I have just said like 10% we will skip from the CHFI exam. Um, Alternatively, I have added some interesting topics too in a real life. Okay. So investing on web attacks, that is already mentioned in that particular syllabus. Dark web forensics, I'll try to cover up this. Cloud forensics. So after seeing the CHFI, like yesterday, we are discussing on that, like I'm going to skip this cloud forensic, but now after analyzing and after seeing the CHFI syllabus, I'm planning to include this cloud forensics too. Okay. And other than email and social media forensics, mobile forensics, and IoT forensics. So these are totally like written in the syllabus. Other than that is the IoT forensics. Okay, so mostly IoT forensics I'm not going to cover, and malware forensics I'm not going to cover. Okay, so these are 2 to 3 topics. I'm not so sure about this time, but mostly 90% we're going to cover up this. So there are 15 topics in that particular module. So from the beginning of the classes, like from the today itself, as I have discussed in the yesterday classes, I'll parallelly or like regularly share some articles or like some PDFs, or in a reference in the last of this particular modules, I'll share a question bank for CHFI exam, because I guess 150 questions, or let's just see, written in the particular browser, 150 multiple questions are there in CHFI exam. So it's not a difficult thing to crack that. Okay. So we guys can prepare for that. And if you are planning to crack that particular CHFI exam, it will cost from the EC Council around 28 to 30,000. Okay. So don't go with that. So later on, like we'll share a Google form, like today or tomorrow itself. So many students have pinged me about the CH browser, right, for the practical. So combinedly, we'll share a Google form, and those who are interested to take a exam browser for CH, either practicals or CHFI or any of the certification exam offered by EC Council. So we will accordingly see that. So we'll purchase on the behalf of organization. Okay, all these things you guys can like read, like in which particular modules, what are the particular topics we guys have to cover up for covering the CHFI modules. Okay, let's just go down and key features of critical component of CHFI exam. So these are some things. Go down. Key benefits of CHFI exam. This. Let's just go down. I'll share that. So we have the detailed modules according to that. And if I'm skipping a particular topics now or subtopics, so it's your responsibility. Just prepare accordingly. Like parallelly, like don't give extra time. Like later on after this training, we will prepare for the CHFI exam, because mostly by like attending the sessions and giving 30 minutes extra, or like 1 hour of extra revisions now, that will enough to prepare for CHFI exam. At least for 80% you will be totally prepared. Okay. So here are the pattern for the CHFI exam. That is the exam code and total number of questions. As I have said, like 150 questions will be there, and duration for that is 4 hours. So it's a MCQ question, but although like it's difficult to like read and understand all the questions, and we have to answer correctly in between that 4 hours. Okay. And if we'll talk about the passing score, so it will vary from 60% to 75%, I guess. Sometimes it will go to 80%, but on an averagely, like if we have the 150 number of question, then if you are crossing 90 to 100 question correctly, okay, then definitely you will be able to crack the CHFI exam, and that is not a difficult task, I guess. Out of like 150, we can easily cross 100 or like 90 plus, and it's a non-negative marking, so there is no negative marking kind of thing, I guess, as per my knowledge. Just check out on a Google, like their like latest pattern and all. So that's the uh, all the structures about CHFI exam. And the cost we are sorry, average salary we are discussing about, so it will go around like around 90 lakhs and 1 crores, as we have discussed. So after qualifying these certifications and some framework industrial certifications, you guys can apply for the Canada or like USA or like Germany. So in those countries, these certifications are highly appreciable. Okay. Other, okay, rest of the thing is nothing. So any confusion regarding this? I'm sharing these certifications and then we'll start with a particular topic. If you guys have any like queries or doubts till now, you guys can ask in a chat box while I'm sharing that particular browser. Yes, Sanchit, any queries? Okay, I have said that. Okay. How to prepare for CHFI? I guess I have discussed all the things. So is there anybody else? Those who are having the queries, like how to prepare for the CHFI? Just let me know those who are having clear, like how you should prepare for CHFI. Okay, in a summary, I'm just again repeating. So, like we don't have to do extra effort for like preparing for CHFI. Like as I have said, like 80 to 90% of the syllabus we are going to cover. So that's enough to qualify the CHFI exam. So what you have to do is that, like while we are studying a particular topic, so after that particular topic, it's your task to match like in that particular module. If we have skipped some particular subtopic from the CHFI modules, then just complete that. Okay. And most of the things are theoretical portions in a digital forensics exam, right? So we can prepare for that, and that's the advantages. And rest of the topics, like we are going to skip that. So those topics separately, if you want, you can study, or from anywhere, like you'll get that particular thing, like for network security or like malware forensics. Those things are available in Google, I guess. So you guys can find out that, and you guys can separately prepare for that. And in the last of our training, or like in between of our training, I'll share a question bank. So from that question bank, you guys have to start preparing from there. Like you guys can start solving the questions. So that's enough, I guess. So within 1 month or like 1.5 months, you guys are like at least 80 to 90% eligible to crack the CHFI exam. So that's it. Okay. So once you will see now the actual question asked in a CHFI exam, then only you guys will better analyze like, okay, we are going in a right way or wrong way. So let's just cover up 2 to 3 topics, or like, as I have said, like after 10 days or like 7 days of training, I will share a question bank, and from that question bank, we can better analyze how to prepare and all. Okay. But mostly the CHFI modules we are going to cover up. Okay, let's just start. And before further starting, there is one another information. Wait a minute, guys. So many messages I'm receiving. So in a digital forensics combined batches, so many crowds are there. So there is no mean to share a Google form in that particular group. So I am sharing that Google form in a chat box, because on the basis of that we'll filter out and we'll remove some of the student. Okay. Especially those who have joined from the September batches. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm sharing in a chat box, right? Okay. Just open that form. And once you'll open that form, so it will ask for the digital forensics or EHCCI certificate form. Okay. So actually it's not for a certificate. In the ending of that particular training, so you'll have to give a particular exam. So on the basis of that, you'll be issued to a particular certificate for EHCCI. Okay. Mainly those who belongs to like older groups, not for recent group. Recent group से जितने भी लोग ज्वाइन हुए होंगे, आप फोरेंसिक्स की क्लासेस करते रहें, आपकी जो नेटवर्क से क्लासेस चल रही हैं वो अकॉर्डिंगली 10 PM के अराउंड अराउंड चलेंगी एज मेंशन इन अ ग्रुप, और ग्रुप में नहीं किया गया होगा तो ग्रुप में कर दी जाएंगे. ओके. सो यू हैव टू फिल दैट फुल नेम, email ID, यूनिवर्सिटी और कॉलेज नेम, व्हाट्सएप नंबर, and like which batch you belongs in Slytherin. So you just have to mention the batch, and have you qualified or like qualified any certifications, like any certifications, CEH, EJPT, OSCP, Red Hat, or any other certifications if you have done. So you can mention that, because we are planning to filter out, and on the basis of that, those who are eligible and will found those who are suitable to recommend. So we'll try to recommend some of the candidates. Like recently we have recommended 1 or 2 candidates from several batches. I have picked 1 or 2 students, kind of thing. Okay. Currently you are in which year, so you just have to mention that things, and future short-term goals, like in short, if any help from the Slytherin, you can mention that. Okay, we'll try to help. अगर हमें लगेगा कि those who are like really needed for some kind of experience letter or any other kind of help, so we'll try to think about it. Okay, so fill it in between the 24-hour, and don't share all of these informations publicly. Is that clear with all? Should I proceed with the content? Hindi audiences, you guys are more comfortable in English, na? For the recordings and all, we have already discussed in which particular patterns I'll share. Okay. So in that pattern itself, that will be shared. So from the next time, try to join on time. By the way, for recording, it will be uploaded in between like 3 days or like 4 days. So not any time. So if you're missing the sessions, like let's suppose some students are not able to join the today's sessions, they can't like understand the like tomorrow's sessions, something like that. Okay. So every sessions will be provided to you guys, but not in time. Okay, let's just proceed with the content. So we have a particular topics, that is digital forensics. and cybercrime investigations. Okay, and whatever the things I'll write in a particular thing, so in between 2 to 3 days, I'll share a particular hand notes that is not like correctly or like cleanly, but I guess that will help you a lot. Okay, for making a kind of your notes and like preparing all that. Okay, that is a short note kind of thing, but I think that will help. So let's just start. So one by one, today we have to cover up one topic. Let's see how much time we have. Actually, I have some task today. So let's just see. So digital forensics and investigations. Okay, investigations process actually. So digital forensics and investigations. Let's just understand what is digital forensics and investigations process, because we have started this from the zero. So those who are having already knowledge and a kind of like pre-idea about these things, kindly keep patience. We will reach accordingly with the topic by topic. Okay. So is there is anyone, those who are not able to like get that particular word, what is digital forensics and what is the kind of investigations? If anyone will ask you or like interview will ask you, what do you mean by a digital forensics or like investigations? Then is there is answer? You guys are able to answer? And see, like those who have recently joined na this particular group, like from January batch or like recent batches, उसमें मैंने share out कराया था. So for you guys, this is an optional. आप में से जितने लोग forensics का सीखना चाहते हैं, that is for optional. So this session is mainly for the older student. And I'm expecting if you guys are older students and most of the candidates are like in a like third year or like fourth year. So you should enhance your confidence or like communications. You are like totally आप capable हैं कि you should answer anything, right? So in between the sessions हम छोटे मोटे वैसे भी टास्क करेंगे and I'll see कि आपकी जो है क्या इस टाइम पे चल रही, and don't hesitate, like this is not a kind of job interview, so आपके जो है बेहतर improvements होंगे. If possible, then we'll try to take a particular interview sessions too. 2-3 interviews देते देते जो है you will definitely able to get all the things. Mic mute है. Am I clear? Everyone, just let me know. Okay, हाँ आप लोगों के mic blocked है. Yes. So what do you mean by digital forensics and investigation? No answer. Is there anyone who would like to try answer? देखो, ultimately now, what matter is your confidence, right? So in this training, as I have said now, because so many older students are there and you guys are actually going to take a particular job, right? So you should try to speak and enhance your knowledge and style and all. Okay. So ultimately, what matters is your confidence, not your English. So वो interviewer को भी समझ में आएगा. Is there anyone?
Sir, in current times, the crime is going digitally and all the crime are doing in cyber line. The operation and the, we can say, सर्वे जो होता है ना सर क्राइम के थ्रू, वो उसको बोल सकते हैं डिजिटल फोरेंसिक्स.
Is there anyone? If anyone is asking you what do you mean by digital forensics and investigation, sometimes ना इंटरव्यूइंग के टाइम पे बहुत नॉर्मल से क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं. जस्ट लाइक कई बार HCL के इंटरव्यूज में पूछे गए थे कि व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय साइबर सिक्योरिटी, और साइबर सिक्योरिटी क्या होती है, ऐसा कुछ एक सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था. एंड उनको सारे टूल सब कुछ पता थे, बट दे आर नॉट एबल टू आंसर दोस सिली क्वेश्चंस, जिनके आंसर सिर्फ उनको इंग्लिश में देने थे. जैसे कई बार पूछा था ना कि व्हाट इज कंप्यूटर, तो बचपन में हमने जो पढ़ा था कंप्यूटर जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग, तो वो भी नहीं पता होता है केवल स्टूडेंट्स को. ठीक है.
So digital forensic is uncovering and interpreting electronic data, just like that.
Okay, good try.
It is a branch in cybersecurity that deals with the recovery, analysis, and presentation of digital evidence in a court of law. So it involves
That's
like
fine.
investigation of digital devices and all the data.
Okay. Anyone else?
So digital forensics.
अगर कुछ
One by one. Sanchit, go on.
Yeah, digital forensics like is a process in which like we try to find the culprit for the digital crime using various evidences in the laboratory.
Good. So some of the students are good enough. So don't hesitate to like communicate or like to speak. Okay. Normally अपने वर्ड शब्दों में जो है कुछ भी बता देना है ताकि हमने जिस भाषा में समझा so interview will also like understand. Okay. So is there is anyone? And rest of the sessions in every like in between the training we will proceed in that way itself. क्योंकि इस पर्टिकुलर बैचेस में हम अलग तरीके से पढ़ने वाले हैं एंड honestly like the forensics modules are totally boring I guess but we'll try to like make that is engagementful or like kind of interesting, so that's why I'll add on some of the practical sessions or like Sunday we have discussed now, so on cracking that will be on black hat, so we are adding on that those kinds of sessions so that कि आपको थोड़ा सा वो लगे ना कि ठीक है बहुत ज्यादा ये give me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, is there anyone? Okay, leave it. The students have okay, branch of forensic science which deals with identifications, acquisitions, examinations, and analysis of digital evidence. Okay, and what do you mean by digital evidence? Analysis digital data to get more information. In short, that is also correct. Okay, so whatever in your mind, just speak that and just like tell whatever the person's in front of you. Okay. Okay, so that's enough. Like I guess it's clear the definitions to all. That is a kind of branch of forensic science which deals with identifications, acquisitions. So these are some like a hard word. We are not aware about that things. But like I guess out of like after seeing all these answers, everybody's are clear with these particular things. Like digital evidence can be messages, hard disk. Okay, digital forensic is the process of uncovering the interrupting electronic data to gather the evidence for a legal proceeding. That's correct. बट हो सकता है आप गूगल से करके बता रहे होंगे, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट टाइम के लिए आपको माइक परमिशन से अलाउ करके हम 1-to-1 कम्युनिकेट करेंगे. दैट्स इनफ. ओके, लेट्स जस्ट राइट the particular topics that is a forensics. So every time I'll write a forensics, na, that means that is a digital forensics, not a biological forensics. Okay, I'm writing here forensics. Forensics. Okay, so mainly let me just categorize. We just have to study different categories of forensics. One is called live forensics, and keep patience. It's not like totally boring subjects we are going to study. It's interesting actually, but after one session or like 2 sessions it will be going in an interesting way. So live forensics I am writing, and non-live forensics. Non-live forensics. Okay, now is there is anyone who are having the idea what is non-live forensics? Okay, I will ask the questions like in between 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Let's just proceed with the forensics. Okay, so mainly what are the things we are going to study, or like what are the things we are going to cover in this particular digital forensics now? So every digital data or like devices like that, those devices, those were capable to communicate in the internet now. Let's suppose our laptop is there, mobile phone is there, and like some iPads are there, some other devices are there. Those were capable to store data or to transmit data or to receive data. Anything we are just doing in a Chrome browser or like internet. So all those things are digital data. So in a digital data, we have separated a kind of category for the forensics. So in a one segment, we are going to study about the live forensics, that is totally deal in a situations like, let's suppose any cyber crimes is happening or like happened, or in that particular scenario, as an investigators, you are just visiting, and after visiting that, you are just saying, okay, open laptop is there, or like open mobile phone is there. So you can retrieve some of the data from the RAM itself, like, और like some browsers or like in recent way में जो चीजें एक्सेस हुई हैं व्हाट्सएप उसके थ्रू, सॉरी ब्राउजर के थ्रू, और like internet histories, it may be any histories like some deleted emails, some deleted SMS, if I'll talk about in terms of mobile phone. Okay, so when the device is in on, we can retrieve some of the data, those are temporarily stored. अगर devices बंद हुई, so those things will be vanished. Okay, so those categories they are considering in a live forensics. So in a live forensics, what are the things we are going to cover up? So RAM forensics, RAM का हम analysis करेंगे. And if I'm talking about the RAM, it can be like Windows RAM. We have to explore on a Mac OS 2 or like Linux OS 2. उसके भी RAM हो सकते हैं, और like mobile phone के जो RAM है वहाँ पे भी कुछ चीजें हो सकती हैं. So those are the things covered under the live forensics. Okay. And what is non-live forensics? So basically non-live forensics deal with the secondary storage or like जो हमारे normal बंद devices हैं. अगर let's suppose hard disk of that computer or like internal storage of the mobile phone, like hard drive, memory card, pen drive, even SIM card. Okay, so I'm writing here SIM card or like pen drive or like off laptop. I guess you guys are like, okay, yeah, SSD or HSD or like mobile phone, but in a switch off case, okay, or like in an off state. So these are comes under the non-live forensics. We just have to retrieve the data from these devices. These are comes under the non-live forensics. And in live forensics, we can retrieve the data from RAM and some recent histories. Okay. Short notes for all these topics, na, I'll share that, but on a reference on of that, you guys have to prepare your own. Okay. So recent history and like what are the data? So in a RAM, it's already included like RAM of like Windows and whatever the operating system we are using. So okay, so many things are there. Later on we'll see. Okay, so I guess these things are clear to all of you. Now I'm writing here types of data. Mainly in a digital forensics, we just have to generally deal with the data, like how we are able to retrieve the data, whatever it may be. Maybe those are internet histories, like maybe browser history, caches, user online activities. Maybe those are some deleted files, maybe some emails, maybe some SMS, maybe some like other things, maybe like metadata, like when that file created or like any modifications is there, something like that. Okay, so I'm writing here types of data retrieve in computer forensics. And we have the another topic, that is the investigation methodology. So in that particular modules, we just have to cover up like how we just have to proceed if we are in a crime scene, cyber crime scene, and as an investigator, how we have to prepare a documentation and how we can search and seize the evidences and how we can preserve the evidence. And there are several methods out there like data acquisitions, data analysis, right? Case analysis, like we just have to study about the chain of custody, okay? And ultimately testifying from the expert. So these are the things. Guys, today I am running out of time, so I have to leave. So these are the two topics we have to cover up, and in between these particular courses, two topics are there जहाँ पे कि हमें थोड़ी डीपली स्टडी करने थे, but I am referring some of the articles about the chain of custody. So just go through that and try to understand what is chain of custody, and as an investigator आप उसमें किस तरीके से काम करते हैं और वो कब लागू होता है, उनके बारे में स्टडी करके रखना है. And related to the chain of custody, sometimes when you have seated for the interview ना, कई बार इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है. सो दैट इज अ मोस्ट कॉमन टॉपिक. अगर मैं इस मॉड्यूल से क्वेश्चन उठाने की बातचीत करूं, सो दैट विल बी आस्क अबाउट द इन्वेस्टिगेशन प्रोसेस, योर मेथोडोलॉजी, इसके बारे में पूछा जा सकता है. फैराडे बैग्स आर देयर, वो भी एक कुछ चीजें होती हैं, इसके बारे में डिटेल में हम पढ़ेंगे. और देयर इज अनदर टॉपिक दैट इज चैन ऑफ कस्टडी. ओके, सो उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं इस टॉपिक में, एंड डिफरेंट टॉपिक्स में कहाँ से क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं विल लेटर ऑन एक्सप्लोर. सो आई एम शेयरिंग दैट आर्टिकल 2, और इसके बाद तो 10 बजे से मेरे सेशन है. अगर मुझे टाइम बचा तो आई विल पिंग अगेन कि आधे घंटे के लिए हम वापस से कनेक्ट होंगे, बिकॉज ये दोनों टॉपिक्स हमें आज कवर अप करने थे. अगर नहीं तो कल हमारी प्रॉपरली क्लासेस होंगी 7 to 8 PM पे, तो उस दौरान इसको पहले खत्म करेंगे एंड विल स्टार्ट द सेकेंड टॉपिक दैट इज, लेट मी जस्ट सी, ओके, अंडरस्टैंडिंग द हार्ड डिस्क, फाइल सिस्टम एंड स्लैक स्पेस एंड क्लस्टर फैट एंड NTFS. और इसके सम टॉपिक्स जो है ना थ्योरेटिकल पोर्शन है, बट वी जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर एंड प्रैक्टिस, क्योंकि हमें याद रहने चाहिए कि स्लैक स्पेस में क्लस्टर क्या है, ये क्या है, वो क्या है. कुछ भी क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. क्लस्टर साइज क्या होती है, ठीक है, उसमें प्लेट्स वगैरह भी होते हैं, वो क्या होते हैं. NTFS के बारे में एवरी डिटेल्स वी जस्ट हैव टू कीप इन माइंड, सो दैट वी कैन लाइक डायरेक्टली आफ्टर रीडिंग द क्वेश्चंस वी कैन चेक मार्क द क्वेश्चन. तो उस तरीके से थोड़ा प्रिपरेशन करना पड़ेगा. सो ये आज के लिए हमारे पास रिमेनिंग है, कोई नहीं, टुमारो इटसेल्फ हम इसको कंप्लीट करेंगे, और इसी तरीके से हर मॉड्यूल बाय मॉड्यूल्स वी आर गोइंग टू कवर अप. लेट्स सी, आई डोंट थिंक सो कि ज्यादा टाइम लगना चाहिए. एवरी मॉड्यूल्स विल टेक लाइक 1 day, सो वी हैव लाइक 20 to 25 मॉड्यूल्स, सो अराउंड 30 days में खत्म हो जाएंगी. ठीक है, मैं उस ग्रुप में भी शेयर आउट कर दूंगा, आप चैन ऑफ कस्टडी को स्टडी कर लेना. और इसके अलावा आज को शेयर आउट करने जैसा कुछ है नहीं. इन बिटवीन 2 to 3 days आई विल शेयर माय हैंड नोट्स, सो वो रफली होगा. अदर टॉपिक्स भी जो चलते जाएंगे उसमें, उसके बेसिस पे आपको एक रेफरेंस मिल जाएगा टॉपिक उठाने के लिए, और जितने भी चीजें मैंने यहाँ पे नेम ले रखा है वो चीजें वहां पे रिटेन में होंगी. ठीक है, ओके, बाय बाय, गुड नाइट टू ऑल. विल मीट अगेन टुमारो शार्प 7 PM उसी टाइम पे होगी, और कल 8 बजे तक चलेगा, 8:30 बजे तक चलेगा.
Sir, I have a question.
फास्ट फास्ट, आई एम रनिंग आउट ऑफ टाइम. मुझे एक्चुअली निकलना है एयरपोर्ट के लिए.
ओके ओके ओके, कोई नहीं सर, बाद में करते हैं.
Just like कल पहले कनेक्ट हो जाना, मुझे पिंग कर देना. Those who are having queries, like I'll connect on like 6:50 or like 6:45. So in between the starting of 15 minutes, we'll discuss about the question. If you want to join the government intelligence agency like police, ANI, how we will join? So M भदौरिया, आप मुझे 11 बजे के बाद पिंग कर देना, मैं नाइट में कनेक्ट कर जाऊंगा. आज के लिए स्टूडेंट से कनेक्ट करता रहता हूँ नाइट में, so I'll connect and we'll discuss on that. Okay, bye bye guys, अभी के लिए मैं भाग रहा हूँ. मुझे पिंग कर देना with name, right? Good night guys.